of some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear, I feel the end in.
Hey fighters, today I'm going to be telling you the difference between a block, a catch, and a parry. So let's get started. Now first, let's talk about a block. A block is the most fastest and easiest way to stop your opponent's punch. So how would you perform this? Well, if someone's throwing a punch at you, for example a jab, you would probably go into a high guard, which is the most common way of block, like this. And another way to do this is when someone throws a hook at you and you block like this. But you have to be careful not to cover your face like this, or you won't be able to see your opponent's punches properly, and you'll leave your whole body open. You also want to make sure that your hands are not fully facing you or fully facing away from you. You want to keep them sideways like this on your forehead, and you want to make sure that you can see through the. So just here, someone throws a jab, and if someone tries to hit your body, you can bring your hand down fast enough because your hands are not too high. But the downside of this is blocks only stop the punch from hitting your face. You still feel the impact and your head still gets shaken, which can lead to brain damage. So what's a better way to stop a punch? Well, a better way is to catch. Now, what happens in a catch? When someone throws their jab at you, you move your hand out and you absorb the impact of the punch. Now this is very quick and easy too. As soon as they're about to land their jab, you just turn your hand and you stop their jab. This is very simple. Same goes for the cross. You just move your hand out and stop their cross. So just here, I'm here, someone throws a jab, turn. Someone throws a cross, turn. That's all you have to do. There's nothing more simple than this. But this also has a problem. You cannot counter from this position. If your hands are here, it makes it much harder for you to counter after stopping your opponent's punches. So what can you do to counter as well? Well, you can do parries. Parries are when you stop your opponent's punches and you leave them open so you can land your counters. Now how do you do this? Well, if someone throws their jab, you're not going to only just turn your hand, but you're going to hit their punch down, which leaves them open for a counter. For example, a hook. So as soon as you put their hand down, you can hook. Now this is a very good way to counter, but this can be dangerous if you drop your hand too far down, which can leave you open instead for another punch. So you want to use blocks if you don't have much time and you want to stop the punch, here. And you want to use catches if you can see the punch coming but you don't have time to move a lot, just here. And use parries when you have a little bit more time to push your opponent's hand down and let it counter. So this is the difference between block, catch, and parry. Let's go over it one more time. So block, you have your hands here, someone throws their punch, you just bring them up here. Just up here, down and up. Make sure you don't go too high. And then catches, just turning your wrist, stopping their punches. That's it. And parries, you bring your hand out, you turn your wrist, and you push their hand down, just here. But you want to make sure you don't go too down or you're gonna get hit. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful for you if you didn't know the difference between block, catches, and parries. So make sure to use these three things wisely, as it can be really helpful and can also help you increase your reaction time and your reflexes, which will help you do things like flips and rolls. So make sure to keep practicing this if you're a beginner. And I'll see you in the next video.